Been really, really successful, and his wife's following his footsteps.
Yeah, Scotty, a very nice set of circles, rated well. Now she's going to do her turns. Yeah, got away with it. Was leaning on her a little bit, but could have got there with a 0.
Yeah, and this is sort of what my intentions were originally when we were breeding horses, was to be able to be in the stands like this years later and look down and go, well, there was, a part of this horse running around was influenced by a selection I made. So this horse is by Crane by Custom, and we bred that guy, and Steph and Graham bought him as a little weanling, and here we are years and years later. He's the father of this horse, has won the highest score of the show, and now they're showing babies by him and doing a super job. So it's definitely a good feeling to see. Steph's doing a great job. And the mother of this horse, Hollywood Red Rose, was bred by Rob Lawson. So there's a big connection through the industry of these horses. And their daughter actually showed Hollywood Red Rose. So it's a bit of a family affair with these horses. Steph's having a go.
She rides well, Scotty.
Yep, too right. She's making this look easy, isn't she?
Oh, she is, and the horse is enjoying the trip too. Yeah, there was a fair bit of pace on that run down and held the ground.
I think this is the first crop by Crane by Custom that they've had of showing age. So if this is any indication, it looks like they're going to have some fun with these babies they're breeding.
Yeah, well, I had Crane by Custom and this horse at the clinic 3 weeks ago, and really good-minded.
Yeah,
really good-minded. Oh yes, nice deep stop.
Great job. She'll be happy with that.
Yeah, she will. A lot of long days and nights riding these things to get them to that standard.
Yep, exactly.
The next competitor in the pen will be draw number 5.
You've got to have 60, for this industry.
Cruising on Chrome and Graham Cooper. In the hold, can we have draw number 6, exhibit 88, Ready Set Gunner.
So there's absolutely no pressure on Graham here, is there?
Well, here comes the hubby.
That's right.
I was out there riding the other night in the outdoor, and they're riding around. I suggested that they hold hands. They were out there. It's like a honeymoon for them. No kids, and they're loping around under the lights, 10 o'clock at night. Living the dream.
It sounds so romantic. You should have held their hand, I reckon. God, you are a romantic, aren't you? Riding horses together is romantic. This another pretty looking horse. Nice low departure. Don't know, haven't seen this horse shown before, have you?
No, I haven't seen the horse, but he was at the clinic at the Peters 3 weeks ago.
Well, he's GVRHA Open Futurity 4th place, New South Wales Open Futurity 3rd place. Graham's greatest achievements, multiple Open Futurity and Derby wins, state and national level. People that have influenced him with his training, major influences Rob Lawson, Jordan Larson and Martin Larkham. And Graham's been kicking these around for 19 years. So this is another Chrome by Custom, and out of a mare that Graham used to ride years ago called Shaking Little Chick, that I believe is a Chick Chexter, which was back in the day was imported by Ian Francis.
Yeah, I've been riding one of those this week, Chick Chester. That was the old horse I was showing, 17-year-old. He by Chick Chester.
Yeah.
In fact, I think the horse was originally that I was riding was originally bred by Ian Francis.
Yeah, well, Ian Chick Chexter was by Smart Chickalina, who's, I think he's like a $11 million sire.
Yeah, bred cutting horses and reining horses.
Reining horses and cow horses. So yeah, there's some same again. There's some breeding again. It's just shows their depth of pedigree. Just getting ready for his right turnarounds. A little bit of an overspin there, or straight enough for you?
Yeah, though just correct set of turns.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow morning we'll head up on Main Street. Maybe get a tattoo. I'd like to buy me a new boogie board. Case of
He
beer
got his
and
first
drinks
lead change
and
in
two.
his figure of 8.
We'll pack the cooler after lunchtime. Head up to Sawbull Falls.
Yeah, it's just great to see these horses now. Years ago, the horses after a circle or two would put their head up there. You'd see the whites of their eyes, and they were difficult to control. But nowadays, that's the breeding in them. They seem to just take it all in their stride.
Just do that sort of stuff easy, hey? Stop and roll back. That was pretty cool.
No, it's an amazing sport. Oh, nice stop.
It's got a really cool rollback on it, this pony. Nice.
Yeah, well, the book calls for a 180-degree turn and lope back out over your tracks, and he's definitely doing that.
That's a nice job.
The next exhibitor into the pen will be draw number 7, exhibit 32, Saddlebar New Grit and Brett Hands. And in the hold will be our final competitor, draw number 8, exhibitor 18, I Got a Gunner Girl and Greg Peters.
So the next rider out is Brett Hands, and he's riding a horse by Shiny and New, and they've travelled up from Victoria. Brett's wife had a very successful run earlier in the week, so it made the trip well worthwhile. They're very keen and been in the reining industry for a long, long time.
Would have to say that run of his wife's was probably one of the nicest runs I've seen. That, from the moment she walked in the pen to the moment she left, she did not pick that horse up.
It was a huge class too.
And it wasn't like she was wringing its neck and running it. It was just precise and neat, and everything happened how it was supposed to be. It's just one of those days in the sun, I suppose. She was unreal, and she was pretty emotional after it. So good on her. It was really, really good to see.
Yeah, we've had classes here with 65 horses in them and running for six and a half hours, and they weren't concurrent classes. It's just amazing.
Yeah, it's been a big week and a lot of happy people. I mean, Brett would have to be happy with what he's just done then too. got his circles in place. He hit the centre.
The horse wants to stop,
Yeah,
Scotty.
he didn't pick up on him for his rate. You can see the droop in the reins, and yeah, this looks really nice up to this stage.
Yeah, Brett's very good friends with Craig Johnson from America.
Yeah,
And when Craig comes out here, he stays here with Brett, and I think he's picked up a fair bit from Craig.
yeah, they do a lot of clinics and have a huge association with him. That's nice lead departure. Just put his hand down and big droop in the reins, loped off. He's done a nice job on this one.
And he's hitting the centre pretty good too there. That was right on the money. The judges are looking for that.
So he's coming into his right small circle.
Yeah, earlier in the week the judges gave a bit of a talk of what they'd be looking for, and all the competitors locked in. They tried to hit the centre and haven't taken too many steps before they lead departed, and all the little tips the judges handed out, they took notice.
Yeah, they certainly have. Yeah, and you can definitely see Brett has come ahead leaps and bounds with all the help he gets from guys like Craig. This horse is going really good for him.
Oh, don't you like that?
He showed that off well, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, gotta love that.
Didn't
There's
pick
the
it
horse
up.
just done a turn around and decided, oh, I'll just have a rest.
Yeah, it was great. This horse is just loving its job, isn't it?
Yeah, nice and clean with the lead.
It's been neat as a pin.
Just dragging a bit of a lead. Yeah, 1 point penalty there. Unfortunate because it becomes 2 and you've got to take 2 off the score, and it makes a big difference.
He's using all the pen in his rundowns, so he stops. Yeah.
Gee, that dirt's good now, isn't it?
Oh, he got stopped pretty good there. Just cut straight through it.
A big crowd out there, Scotty. Look, I'm looking out the window down there. Look at the stands full.
It is.
Unbelievable. Oh, nice stop.
That was the way to finish
Nice
it.
stop, yeah.
Well done, Brett. That was really good. Done a really good job on that little pony of yours. And we're up.
Your
final
final
competitor.
Yeah, we had a
in
scratching
the open futurity
ready,
tonight
set, gunner,
will
which is
be
a shame.
draw number 8,
And,
exhibitor 18. I Got a Gunner Girl and Greg Peters.
Yeah, we're up to our last horse, Greg Peters. I Got a Gunner Girl. So we're going to see the big chief come out now. See what he can do. I rode this horse probably 18 months ago at Greg's for a clinic when it had come back from the breakers and had its 30 days. And just a magic baby. So nicely minded and willing. A beautiful little baby horse it was. And Greg loves her to death.
Her mother is a mare called MC Marmoset,
And
which
the score
Greg
for
at the
Saddlebar
time purchased
Newgrit
off me with this
and Brett
filly
Hands
insider.
for 137.
She
and
has
1/2.
already produced her first foal was by Wimpy's Little Step, a horse called Wimpsky, and Wimpsky was ridden by Glenn Brout, and Glenn Brout won every level of the futurity on that horse. So this little mare is definitely bred to the eyeballs to do this stuff. Not only is her father one of the leading sires of reining horses in the world, her mother's already produced a 3-level futurity winner. So, yeah, lovely little horse.
So to you folks that are new to reining, the guy out there on that horse, well, I suppose you could call him Mr. Reining New South Wales.
It's fair enough.
And he's doing a good job there, Scotty.
He is.
So his wife Carolyn, she's a bit of a speedster, and I think she gave him a bit of coaching before he went out and said, you know, don't you bop round there. Do you want to say a word, Carolyn?
I think she wants you to shut up. Oh, nice set of turnarounds.
Yeah, he got turned.
No overspin. He just slammed his hand down on the neck there. Did you see that? Look at this, judges. I'm about to lope off, and I'm not going to touch her. Right.
Yeah, sometimes with these young horses, you just got to take your time in that departure. She knows her job out there now. I don't know whether you can hear the screaming, but I think that's number one daughter, Shelley.
Well, that's his right circles done.
Yeah. Might have got him there, maybe.
You can put that down and call it a ricochet.
Yes. Sometimes they get going that hard. It's hard for them to stop in a stride.
It's pretty, I suppose it's pretty fitting. This is the last event of the show, isn't it? And here we got Greg last out.
Yep.
Bringing it home.
Bringing it home for the show. Yeah, they're probably only going to put up with us for another minute or so, Scotty, and then we're gone.
We're out of here.
The big party and auction going on.
Oh, rightio.
So he's going down to his stops. This filly can stop. Yeah. Nice rollback.
There's a bit of antics going on here.
Oh, nice rollback.
So who started this one?
Yeah.
There you go. Is that the one?
Yeah, credit manoeuvre last
That
one
was very,
for
very
sure.
nice.
That was lovely. That's the gunner in him, I suppose. They got some stop, those gunners.
They have.
And that is your final competitor of not only the futurity, but of the entire show, and how fitting that it was done by the president himself, Mr. Greg Peters.
Well, that's us done.
Yeah, thanks very much for putting up with us. This is
Yeah.
Ian Waldron and
Thanks,
Scott
Ian.
Glover.
That was
sign out. A pleasure, Scott.
it was
You're a
good
true
fun.
gentleman.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. Catch ya.
Good night, everybody.
Our first competitor into the ring is going to be draw number 1, exhibit 34, Guy Wiseman on Yellowstone. And in the hold, draw 2, exhibit 66, Star Spangled Destiny, Peter Bartowo.
Okay, we're on deck, Ian.
We're back and they've primed us with Jack Daniels, so we'll be right now.
Well, looks like you're on point. Okay. So the first horse out is Guy Wiseman, and he is riding Yellowstone. Came to me in March this year as a problem horse. I liked him and bought him. This is his very first show.
So good luck, Guy.
Yeah.
And he's brought this horse along in the last week. I saw it when it turned up on the first day.
Really?
He's improved this horse out of sight in 7 days. I was just looking, Scotty, with 100 odd people watching and listening to us. If they all came to the show next year, there were 500 runs this time. We'd have 1,000 runs. Poor
Good.
Carolyn.
I like your mathematics.
Poor Carolyn. 1,000 runs next year, Carolyn. If all the people listening come along.
Well, we're building. That's what we're here for, to build it. Let's get you guys buying horses and showing.
Well, Guy Wiseman, he was a rodeo cowboy,
Yep.
and he really knows how to ride one. Getting out there on the circles, got a bit of a camp draft style about him.
I think Guy's had a few horses here this week and been running them around.
He's been in reining about 15 years, and I don't think he showed since about 2010. He won 4 championships back then. He was right into it.
Yeah. Oh, it's good to see him back. Like I was saying earlier, there's a lot of people that haven't seen for a long time at this show, so it's really, really positive.
Guy posts on Facebook some amazing photos.
Oh, he does. He does.
I don't know where he gets them from, and some of the old shots that his friends send him of his days riding those broncs, just some amazing stuff.
Yeah, he's got a lot of shots of different parts of America, it looks like.
Yeah.
Like really impressive places.
Yeah, the Montana and all that. Beautiful. He's doing a good job here.
Yeah, seems he's only had him
Well,
for a little
don't-
while. Yeah,
breeding
come in March.
breeding unknown, but he must have thought he had a bit of talent. Bought him and become a reiner. I'll bet you becomes more than the reiner. He looks like he's built to be a bit of a camp drafter as well. Nice big leg on him. Be nice and quick after a cow.
He moves across the ground pretty.
Well, David Nixon had a good excuse why he isn't here.
Yeah?
Yeah, broke his leg. We'll let him off.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we'll let you off, David. You know, broken leg's fair enough.
We probably could organise like a bit of a, like give you an extra point or something if you had a broken leg. At least get you in the pen.
Greg Peters is riding, but he's only got a broken finger. Carolyn just said, oh, yeah, he's a sook. Is that what you said, Carolyn?
As tough as nails, isn't he?
A little bit of trouble with the lead change.
Don't even whisper because we'll hear you.
Hope everybody at home sitting back and having a Jack Daniels or a beer or whatever your poison is and enjoying this futurity. And great atmosphere here. Absolutely packed the crowd. Scotty was down there talking to people that he hadn't seen for 10 years. They've come out of the woodwork.
They have. It's good to see. And I reckon we've probably got a couple of hundred on the cast all over the world.
Well, they are. They're definitely all. They're all coming from all over the world. Yeah. Why would they be up in the middle of the night watching raining in Australia?
Well, it's